Here, this is Perch. We got news of the Spider-Man event coming here in the summer. And basically in June, we're getting a comic crossover called the Chameleon Conspiracy. And this is really kind of following up from Hunted, which was a storyline out about 50 years ago, I think, in COVID time. No, I mean, this was back in 2019, I believe, although last year is a bit of a blur. But basically this idea of the original Kraven the Hunter who died. So spoilers, but it's 2 years, so the expiration time has passed. And there is a new clone of Kraven the Hunter that is running around as Kraven the Hunter. And the original Kraven has died multiple times. But anyway, sure, why not? So this, at the end of that story, the Chameleon basically vowed revenge, and he vowed vengeance against Spider-Man. And so this summer event is coming in June, and it's basically going to run for 3 issues through the month of June, running weekly. With a giant-sized Amazing Spider-Man. Now, I should point out, by the way, that Marvel's announcement says that it's going to run weekly, starting June 2nd, with the second issue June 9th, and then the third issue June 23rd, which, if you're following along, is not weekly, but you know, we're missing the 16th there. But who knows? Maybe that was a mistake, or there's a, Chameleon Conspiracy -LR 4263. I don't know. But then there will be a giant size Amazing X-Men Chameleon Conspiracy #1, June 30th. So this is 4 issues today. So not bad. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Spider-Man's been doing this for a while now. They did it with Sins Rising, or Sins Rising, not Sins Past. It's a very different thing. And then Last Remains, and of course Hunted. So I do expect some other issues to somehow get tossed into here, especially as they're making this a little micro event through the month of June. Weekly, except for that 1 week, but maybe there's something in that 1 week is basically the plan. So what's going on in all of this? Well, the Chameleon is making, quote, the biggest play of his supervillain career, says Nick Spencer. Nick Spencer's high-octane saga on the comic will get to the bottom of what the Chameleon is orchestrating, and Spider-Man will be forced to team up with his sister, Teresa Parker. Yes, they did introduce a sister, and then they've kind of wandered in and out of remembering that he has one, but he does have a sister. And they will go up against the Chameleon, the Foreigner, Chance, and Jack-O-Lantern. This is being drawn by Marcelo Fiera and Carlos Gomez. The covers by Mark Bagley. And, so the rotating art team on old Spider-Man continues. Anyway, that's more or less what's going on. Chameleon does have, basically, he's been listed as Kraven's half-brother. That's why he's going up against Spider-Man. We don't know about the clone of Kraven that's running around, who I think showed up in Deadpool at one point, but maybe that was the original Kraven. Nobody knows anyway. But he actually has shape-shifting abilities. Once upon a time, he was just a master of disguise who was putting on costumes on his own. But today, the Chameleon actually can fully shape-shift. And so here we go with all kind of espionage Spider-Man villains. Nice to see Chance again, I guess. That's cool. So mysteries and reveals abound. 4 issues this summer. Spider-Man, the Chameleon Conspiracy in June. You get to, are you up for this? So since Nick Spencer took over this book, it's been a bit of an interesting run. He built to this idea that Mary Jane is back in the picture. Maybe has been the tease. We will be undoing One More Day, but that's been on again, off and on. And really, my speculation, my feeling at this point is that we're not undoing One More Day. We're just going to kind of hint at it, kind of in the same way that like Will, Ross, and Rachel get together in Friends, but they're going to string this out pretty much till the end of time, until the comic book is rebooted and Spencer goes on to something else, or maybe they will reveal that everybody gets their memories back, but they still, what I fear in all this is just the worst possible answer, which is Spider-Man and Mary Jane get their memories back. They remember what went down for one more day. It's all revealed. They decide that since their lives have moved on in this way, they want to continue to date and not get married. And it's this, let's undo everything one more day without undoing anything one more day. The have your cake and eat it too approach of comics, which always makes me slightly insane. I hate it. I hate like commit, whether it's good or bad. As much as I also dislike one more day, I cannot stand the half in, half out kind of nonsense. That just makes me crazy. But we will find out. So otherwise, in terms of other Marvel news, not a whole lot. I mean, right now, Marvel's just starting to put a bunch on the table for this whole Heroes Reborn event, which is, we still don't know the end date for this. It would be really nice if we had and it will conclude in August or something. It feels to me like this is going to go into August with probably some Omega issues or something in September maybe. But we're getting a lot of character designs. And here's just a question right there. If you have limited funding, for example, you're a comic publisher and you can't afford to keep certain superstar artists on a title because you're running out of budget. Why would you sink a bunch of money into character designs for a 3-month event? I mean, I love it. I love seeing this work, and I love the old character design bit where we get to see kind of the different angles, different positions of characters. I think it's all very cool. I love to see it, but you're spending money on that kind of stuff. And in many cases, they are hiring, more expensive artists to do these character designs. And I always think, as much as I love it, you could also just take that money and pay the same artist to be on the book through the whole thing. Like, Marco Cinchetto, maybe just you put all that money to just have the run be consistent for him. I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, we're getting a bunch of character designs. We've got a new Crossbones. We've got Murder Hornet. We've got Elektra, the Mediterranean Ninja. You don't need to call her the Mediterranean Ninja. Like, what are you doing? And Cloak got a character design, which basically he's got a cloak. They've changed his hair around a little bit, give him some kind of stubby dreadlocks, and that's fun. They did a character design of the Punisher to remove the skull. So it's just he runs around with kind of a white breastplate there. So we got that. But anyway, I don't know what anybody is doing anymore. All cool. We still don't quite know when some of this stuff was going on. I do appreciate the fact that we've got a character called Murder Hornet that is timely, considering that the whole Murder Hornet craze was we're about a year late from that particular outrage. Time moves at you fast. But we're getting more announcements. We are expected to start to be revealed in the next week or so, all the different tie-ins and things for the Hellfire Gala. Of course, we get the introduction of the brand new X-Men team. So there is a lot of X-related material. I do believe we're going to be getting some one-shots and some guidebooks and all that kind of crap to kind of fill out that side of the world. We got to get up to those 100 comics a month somehow, some way. And then we can start talking in earnest about whatever the big fall-winter event is going to be for Marvel, which I've at least heard some comments that it's going to be something involving Thor and some kind of big blow-off to some of this Avengers storylines that have been played up, although we're getting a summer Avengers event, so it's kind of a little hard to imagine that we're going to get a winter Avengers event as well, but hope springs eternal. More shenanigans with Kindred over in Spider-Man, and then the build up to whatever the next X thing. Because keep in mind, the Hellfire Gala is not a true big crossover event. It's, from what I've been told, it's going to feel a lot more like what the X-Line felt like when they had that brief moment where Charles Xavier got shot, and he played out in all the comics over a month, and then everything was back to normal again. That's at least what I've heard the Hellfire Gala is going to be like, and then we can get our event proper being planned for the winter time, which is again, I keep hearing Inferno is something that they're going to focus on, but who knows? where we're going with all this. Any of this stuff exciting to you? Are you excited to hear about Spider-Man? Are you going to collect this Chameleon Conspiracy book? Are you excited for it to go weekly, even though it's not quite weekly? Or maybe there's just a scheduling conflict. Who knows? Let me know in the comments below any of this stuff. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you're into and interested and looking forward to. And thanks for listening.